The spectrum of tactical decision game formats can range from a simple guided discussion to full-scale dynamic simulations. This group is engaged in a guided discussion, also known as a seminar.
Okay. Given the information I just gave you guys, you roll up on scene as a Division Bravo. You see the resources on the line, and you pick up, as you look up the line, a spot fire, but it doesn't look to be too big. What are some of the things that you're thinking about right now? What are your main concerns?
I'd be concerned about with our crews involved in burning, and you have a crew down here, and how much time it's going to take to get support up to them.
You have any thoughts, or you have any other concerns? Are you seeing something the guys aren't seeing?
No, I think what Travis said is that initial.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are picking up on some really good things here. Obviously you have action being.
The seminar format is good for participants or facilitators who are new to TDGs. With practice, facilitators will want to move toward the other end of the spectrum, running dynamic simulations with participants becoming active role players. As you'll see, the simulation format is more challenging for the participants. Here, participants engage in an open-ended role play with multiple outcomes, rather than focusing on a single discussion question. Role players are briefed on table setup, rules, and the specifics of the scenario.
Good afternoon, guys. I'm Julian, as you guys know. I'll be facilitating the sand table this afternoon. Should we go ahead and get started? I'm going to start off with some of the table rules. We're going to go ahead and use these radios as props. You can go ahead and take one, pass it on, make sure everybody has a radio. So when we're in the simulation, any communication that you guys have with each other, if you're not face-to-face, make sure that you're communicating over the radio like you would on an incident. If you're face-to-face, like if you're on the line together or you happen to be in a staging area or something like that, go ahead and communicate together just like you normally would. The table setup, I know you guys have done these before, but I'm going to give you scale first. I've got the long side of the table here. It is 2 miles long, okay? About a mile long on the short end here. I've got indicators of north, south, east, and west, so the top of the table is north. I've got different colors of yarn to represent different things laid out on the table as well. I've used black yarn here to represent a good paved 2-lane highway. I've got brown yarn here that represents a dozer line. And I've got toys here to represent different pieces of equipment, so they represent what they are in real life. I've got an engine here, represents a BLM Type 4 engine. Crew halls for Type 1 crew halls.
There will always be a primary role known as the hot seat. All role players are responsible for preparing to play the role of the hot seat.
All right, so you're in northern New Mexico. Sweet. You are a division supervisor assigned to Division Bravo on the Zia fire. It's June 17th. The weather that you see right there is predicted for the day. 92 degrees is the high. South winds 5 to 10 in the morning, and then switching to the southwest. This is an emerging Type 2 incident, but the Type 2 team has not taken over yet. So you're still working for an IC3 organization. Their intent is for you to take over Division Bravo and continue a burnout and basically tie up this corner of the fire that's still active. Resources assigned to you. You have a Type 4 engine.
Role players will get time to ask clarifying questions.
Does have any other questions?
Do we know if there's an existing Division Bravo?
You don't know that yet.
0700 fire behaviors. What's fire behavior doing?
It's just backing into the wind and backing down slow.
Okay.
Just prior to beginning the simulation, roles will be assigned. The primary role, or hot seat, should be assigned last.
Crew 2. Dozer 1.
Dozer 1.
Engine 2. Good with Division.
All right.
Division Bravo.
All right.
So you show up on the line, and you see crew carriers with the hotshot crew gathering up on the back. The BLM engine sitting here at the bottom of the hand line, and you can see the burnout coming down the hill.
The hot seat will be left at a decision point to begin the scenario. Decisions must be made and then communicated as they would be in real life.
Yeah, Crew 2 is burning out from the top of the hill where you can see, and we've got a little bit of open line. Basically, the intent here today is let's wrap up this corner. Crew 2, Division Bravo.
Division Bravo, Crew 2, go ahead.
Role players are responsible for playing their role to the best of their ability.
I do have an assistant, I might be able to break him off quick to take a look out to the east there.
If we could help support the burnout operation, and if we could get somebody to
Yeah,
put some eyes on those
we had been
structures.
plugged into that hose lay on and off, we can plug back in there if that's your thought.
That would be great.
Okay.
Throughout the scenario, role players must communicate as they would on a real incident.
Zia Fire Command, Division Bravo.
This is the IC. Go ahead, Bravo.
Yeah, I need to see about, we've got a dozer out here that's running low on fuel. I wanted to see if we could possibly mitigate that and get some fuel out.
At the conclusion of the simulation, the facilitator will start the after-action review. All role players should contribute to this process.
Your piece that I need you to take care of is the highway, close to the river, and the structures.
Okay, I copy that in the scenario. The training objective was given the scenario, you needed to make decisions and then communicate those decisions onto the ground as far as tactical assignments. Let's go ahead and jump into the after-action review.
Now let's go back and take a more in-depth look at the facilitator's role.